Peace to the gods and the goddesses. So, for the last couple of days, really it's been weeks, I've been channeling this song by this band called Deftones, and it's called Change. And go look it up. It's a good song, a really good song. But this message is really important because a lot of you are starting to change rapidly, and it's being seen everywhere in the collective. What you have to understand is outside of the confines of your physical temple and body, your astral body still operates within the higher realms. So, the shadow work you do, the timeline work you do, the grid work you do, it all directly interplays with the higher realms. And what's up, Zeus? He channeled through a message. This directly interplays with the higher realms, and what you'll begin to realize is if you've been hearing messages regarding you being a celebrity, a local celebrity, or turning heads a lot, it's because your work in the physical realm is directly attributed to your work in the spiritual realms. People are literally watching you change in the spirit. And what this does is it creates a ripple effect where your star energy, the work you've been doing in multidimensional realities to recalibrate the collective, it's making you a celebrity in the spirit. I'm getting visions of very multidimensional beings essentially shaking up with people in the collective. This is the return of the cosmic soul family and the cosmic soul tribes. A lot of you, through your direct timeline work and grid work in the collective, are pulling down the higher realms into the physical. And this is where your kingdom frequency and being in alignment with your inheritance lies. What a lot of people don't understand is this. Your physical inheritance is different from your spiritual inheritance. It's a left and right brain thing. Before the fall of the angels, and what I mean by that is before the extraterrestrial beings and cosmic entities came down to Earth to seek the planet with consciousness and life and technology, there already existed beings and life forms on this planet. These are beings of underworld or earthly lineage. So, when you look at the poles of creation, we have the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is associated with the triangle of the upper triangle, and the feminine is associated with the downwards triangle. Through you, through your vessel, you've achieved the symbiosis of the heavens and the earth through your father and your mother. If you've ever watched Guardians of the Galaxy, specifically the second movie, Peter Quill, Guardians of the Galaxy, haha, you're a guardian of the galaxy. Peter Quill's father, Ego, masculine, he was a primordial entity, a titan, and he came from the higher realms. He slid on Peter's mom and said, I'm feeling you, let's go. His mother was of earth lineage. This is the code, pay attention. Through them, Peter, he inherited not only his earthly lineage, his Gaian lineage. His mother, she gave him a music pod, basically an iPod. And I took that message as this. She was passing off to him the codes of frequency, understanding vibration. Through the father, he essentially acquired cosmic power. And this is the message. Through your healing work, through your work with being a generational curse breaker, you're directly bridging the masculine and the feminine, the two poles of your existence, to shape your cosmic inheritance. As you do this healing, you heal the ancestors. And as you heal the ancestors, you unlock those codes within your DNA, your genetic genome, to activate the spiritual currents of your wealth. And through acquiring your spiritual wealth and your spiritual currents, you acquire physical currency. This is the key. Spiritual equals physical currency. And this is why, unconsciously, whether you recognize it or not, you've been under attack by a lot of covens because they covet your spiritual wealth. I had to tap in and think for a minute, my bad. With this principle and understanding, it's important to realize that in order to fully reclaim your wealth, you have to step into your power. And in order to step into your power, you have to reclaim your bloodline and your lineages, both cosmic and physical. What this looks like is this. Each lifetime you lived, including the bloodline behind that lifetime, that's where the power, the generator for your soul, your spirit, your frequency lies. What a lot of people don't understand is certain bloodlines are encoded with specific genetic coding and abilities that manifest as spiritual gifts. A lot of you have affinity with water, earth, air, so on and so forth, just the elements. And this is because you come from bloodlines of those specific elements. You specifically chose to incarnate in these bloodlines because the codes and frequency of that bloodline and the element it resonates with directly manifests as the power that you embody. So, for somebody who's born under a water lineage, for example, this might manifest as somebody with high sensitivity. Water is a container, it holds energy. So, somebody under a water lineage could be somebody with immense spiritual depth and the ability to hold the deepest currents of reality because they're of a water lineage. Because of this, they might actually end up being a Reiki healer, somebody who does energy work, just because they understand the currents of reality. And this is the power that's currently activating within people in the collective. You're reacquiring your capacity to integrate the masculine and the feminine to bridge those poles of reality, the higher and the lower domains, to spread your energy upon the collective within Earth. You are a cosmic ambassador if you're watching this video. With being a cosmic ambassador, you have to realize that your job in this new reality is to bring forth and usher forth the kingdom of heaven on earth. And in so many terms, looking at it from an esoteric standpoint, your job is essentially to activate the kingdom within other people so we can spread the frequency and elevate the grids of reality. Speaking of the grids of reality, through reclaiming your cosmic inheritance and doing that deep shadow work, you enhance your voltage, the light within your soul, and through this light, you access the 0 point field, which allows you to bend quantum reality easier. And given that many of you are cosmic royals, what you have to understand is this. If a cosmic royal dictates a certain realm of reality within the earth plane as theirs, it's theirs. It's only a matter of reclaiming that inheritance. Beyond the interstice of physical reality, deeds, land, the spiritual realm has the same principles, as above, so below. So if you activate those gifts within you, guess what? You own plots of land spiritually. You own entire grids spiritually, and you are a spiritual governor. A lot of you are being called to move and access different planes of your physical reality because you're being called back to your land physically and spiritually to reclaim it. And what will take place once this is done is this. Once you tap into the power of your grid, you've essentially activated a giant metaphysical hearth within your spirit and within reality. And what this does is it acts as an energetic generator to magnify your magic, your power, and your reality. And with this comes a deep level of responsibility because you're essentially in charge of your own sovereign castle. You're being entrusted with land by the divine, by spirit. So if this resonates with you, you're definitely being called to reclaim the full depth of your cosmic inheritance because through this work, you directly usher forth the new age and the new earth. Inner child healing is especially prevalent here too because through the healing of the father and mother principle within your inner child, you reclaim the balance to exercise that balance externally. A lot of you, what I'm reading in the field within this video is you've experienced a lot of wounds of betrayal, abandonment, neglect, and outright narcissism from parents and parental figures. And this is all in divine design, as painful as that is to hear. You were put through these lessons, these challenges, because your parents were a direct mirror for the power that you needed to reclaim within yourself from ancient lifetimes to reacquire the balance to dictate your reality. So, if this resonates, get out there, connect with your ancestors, connect with the land, and feel free to tap into my shop, etsy.com/KemeticStudios, because I got tools for healing your inner child. Very, very important. That being said, though, if you like the video, if you resonate, if you want to share it, please do. I appreciate you, and have a blessed day. Ashe.